Yo, what's going on, guys? It is your boy, the Baby Beast, and welcome back to another Destiny 2 video. Today, we are going to be talking about the Call to Arms event. We're going to be talking about which weapons that you should go for and what perks you should get on them. It's basically all the event weapons coming back. And I realized I didn't do a video on these weapons yet, so I think this is the perfect time, since this is probably going to be the last time in this season that you're going to be able to get them, to break down what exactly should you be going for when you're getting these weapons. All these guns have the tenacity trait, which states that when you get a kill within 50 meters of another enemy, you get a stack of tenacity that goes up to 20 times. Tenacity grants 0.5 damage, 2 handling, and 2 reload speed. So it's really good, but you won't really see that max stack in things like Crucible, PvE. If you use some of these weapons as an ad clear weapon, you will see that max stack, and it will help you with damage with these weapons. So we're going to be talking about everyone's favorite shotgun pistol, Venucia Farah. So I really do enjoy this pistol. The only reason why I don't use it as much as I usually used, especially when it first came out, is because I do not have a tier 5 version of it, and this is finally going to be the perfect time for me to actually get a tier 5 version of this pistol. Now, you want this thing maxed out range, so what I did was I put on handling for rifling, I got accurized rounds, and I'm blended with a range masterwork and enhanced ranged mod. Now, your two last perks is definitely personal preference. I do have mine on threat detector and frenzy. Frenzy does proc sometimes. You can also switch out frenzy for swashbuckler or incandescent. Swashbuckler helps when you do, like, because I'm a Titan main, so I shoot with my hand cannon, then I punch. I get ×5 swashbuckler. It helps with the next kill I'm going into. I can really get the consistent 2-tap body shot without hitting any headshots, or it's guaranteed shot punch. Sometimes you miss some of your shot and the shot punch doesn't fully work because it got nerfed. But with swashbuckler, it's kind of guaranteed after you get that swashbuckler kill, if you get that swashbuckler kill, right? I know I have a friend Rich, he uses incandescent on his. It helps with the multi kills. Of course, you get a kill with your shotgun pistol, incandescent explodes, scorches the person that's right next to that person. Scorch also gives, a really good damage. Boom, shoot that guy probably once or twice and they're dead. Now in the third slot, sometimes you can use threat remover. Threat remover is also really good if you're consistent with hitting your shots. It does give you that increased handling. I do see a lot of people use slide shot though, and I personally don't like sliding around a lot of my games. I do need to fix that, but with slide shot, you can get this thing maxed out at 99 range. Really good for this hand cannon. I think it maxes out at around 11 meters, so maybe you don't really need slide shot that much. If you're trying to go that far with this gun, probably put on a slug. But me personally, I'm going to be using threat detector, frenzy, or swashbuckler, whatever I can get my hands on. Hopefully, since I am 500, I could get a good tier 5 with all these perks on it. And for PvE, I would say use 1-2 punch with proximity power or barrel constructor. It really doesn't matter. I think 1-2 punch is the best option for this hand cannon. It does give your punch a 25, I believe it's 25 percent increase instead of a 50% increase, because this is a primary ammo weapon, and they did nerf that a while back. Our next weapon we're going to be talking about is the Triconis, which is a rapid fire slug shotgun. Now this one isn't talked about as much as I think it should be, but for me, I got this thing with hammer forge rifling, assault mag, rapid hit, and choke clip. Now I can say out of everything on this build, assault mag is necessary. So when this shotgun first came out, assault mag takes this from a 80 rounds per minute, 90 rounds per minute to a 140 rounds per minute weapon. And everyone thought it was a bug, but Bungie hasn't fixed it yet, so I am thinking this is attended. So get assault mag on the shotgun. It is completely different from the regular shotgun. Now, if you're using it in PvE, I believe you should go for accurized rounds instead of assault mag. But that assault mag is guaranteed needed on this shotgun for any type of PvE content. So going with PvE, I have rapid hit, so I can reload my gun faster because there is no other reload perk on this weapon besides rapid hit. So I'm using rapid hit so I can reload my weapon faster. And for the fourth column, there's a couple of different things you could do. You could do precision instrument, which is also really good, but it doesn't give as much damage as choke clip. Now, I don't think you should be using 2 choke clips in the same fire team for DPS. If you want to use this for DPS, if someone already has choke clip, I say just go for precision instrument. But if no one else is using choke clip, you could run this shotgun with choke clip on it, right? This isn't a really good shotgun. It's not better than Mint Retrograde, but it is a fun shotgun to use, especially when that, I think it's Arms Week. Yeah, Arms Week happens and it's shotgun. The shotgun was doing crazy amount of damage with the shotgun mods, but it's not really that good of a shotgun. In PvP, I was using it with Killing Wind and Headstone. Now, the reason why I went with Headstone is because you get your headshot kill, and then Killing Wind procs, you get your range. Headstone, you basically get a free piece of cover on that where that person just died. You get to regen your health for a little bit. Break the crystal if someone's next to that crystal as well. But Headstone is basically free cover. You can dodge in between the crystal. You can also switch out Headstone for Encore. Now Encore is a little bit more tricky to set up, but Encore will help you get that max range. If you're not running an enhanced range mod, you should also just always be running an enhanced range mod if you're using this in PvP. Now, what I will say is that rapid fire slug shotguns do not hit as long ranged as regular slug shotguns. However, they are still pretty consistent with their headshots at Crucible. They feel a little bit snappier, and this shotgun was fun to use at Crucible. However, I would not put it over my slug shotgun from Trials. I forgot the name right now, but if you play Crucible, you know exactly what shotgun I mean. I wouldn't put this over that. However, this is probably one of the better slug shotguns in the primary slot if you're not using the Chaperone. So for our next weapon, and I am doing this in the order of what I think you should be going for. So our next weapon is going to be Submersion, which is the crossbow. Now, this isn't better than the raid crossbow, but for a free-to-play option, this is a really good bow. And it does come with things like auto-loading holster and choke clip. In my head, I'm seeing that you shoot your shot with choke clip, you switch to Mint Retrograde, you shoot your shots until you hear the clicking sound, you swatch back out, you shoot your shot again with choke clip, and you keep going like that. That would be a pretty good damage phase right there. I do want to max out persistence without taking away anything, so I did put it on low profile railing. I put it on explosive bolts so you can get that little bit of extra damage. On the holster, of course, so I could reload my gun without anything happening, and choke clip so I can get that extra shatter damage. Now, if you don't want to go the route of auto-loading holster, I would say Impulse Amplifier is also really good. If you don't want to go the route of choke clip, I would say Firing Line is also pretty good, getting you a 20% damage increase just with being around allies. So the reason why I'm saying this isn't as good as the raid ones, because this doesn't have Vorpal Weapon. So they did not fix the extra damage that crossbows get with Vorpal Weapon. I don't know why. Hopefully they could just implement that to other heavy weapons. So every heavy weapon could be as good as the crossbow, but Vorpal Weapon never got fixed. So until Vorpal Weapon gets fixed, this is going to be secondary. And then we're also getting another heavy crossbow in the next expansion, so this might even be last, because the next expansion is Star Wars theme, and I'd be shocked if any of those weapons are trash. Now, if you want to go for the ad clearing route, there is Headstone here, but I mean, I don't see you using your crossbow for ad clear. It is kind of slow, so I don't know about using it for ad clear. Maybe for PvP, we got Headstone and no distractions, but this doesn't really get flinched that much, so I don't think no distractions is worth it. Lead from Light is also pretty good, but this is a very okay crossbow. It's a new crossbow. If you need a crossbow, this one should be the one you go for. Now we're going to from like the kind of okay weapons to the very mid weapons. We have Romantic Death. So Romantic Death is a wave frame grenade launcher, and wave frames haven't been good since the nerf. So with Romantic Death, you kind of want to go with as much reload speed as possible and as much velocity and blast radius as possible. So if you can find a good in between of that, that will be really good. But if you can't, that's all right. We do have perks to negate that reload speed a little bit more. So for my first Godroll, I'm going to go with repulsor brace and destabilizing rounds. This isn't our first wave frame grenade launcher that has this combo, but this is our first tier 5 wave frame grenade launcher that has this combo and looks pretty cool. So I'm going to be personally going for this weapon myself with this perk combination. Now for our second one, we do have the frenzy chain reaction for Barrett's combo, which will be kind of fun. And keep in mind, these weapons do come with tenacity, so I'm kind of looking forward to this weapon. But it's still like, wave frame grenade launchers kind of lost their spot when they made aerial denial frame grenade launchers. So I don't know if I'm going to be using this one as much, especially since it's in the spot with the Vesper's host. I think it's the VS baton. It's in that same slot, same damage type. If I want to use a grenade launcher in that slot that was void, I'm definitely using the Vesper's host grenade launcher. But if I needed some crazy ad clear and I got something in my primary slot that isn't ad clear, I'm assuming, or just like my primary slot is mint, I probably still want to be using it. But what I'm trying to say is that if you want to use this weapon, it has decent perks. I'm just not going to be looking for it because it's kind of just there. Until waveframe grenade launchers get buffed, this will always be a mid weapon to me. So pause. Whoa. Anyway, feeding frenzy, chain reaction, or repulsor brace, destabilizing rounds. Could probably use it in Crucible, impulse amplifier, and threat detector. Maybe there's a mad lad out there in Crucible that's using waveframes still. Waveframes, Dead Man Tell. I remember that meta. But yeah, this is a very mid weapon. For our next weapon, we do have the Solar Sword that dropped from, I believe it was the Heavy Metal event, the one that comes with Eager Edge. This sword was kinda a letdown, but we could just run things like Attrition Orbs and Burning Ambition. That's a pretty good combination for sword damage because you're giving your team orbs and you're doing extra damage for Burning Ambition. Swords are still kind of good for damage if you know where to use them. You can also swap out Burning Ambition for Elemental Honing, which is pretty sick. If you don't want to use Attrition Orbs to help out your team, you can do Relentless Strikes to keep that ammo efficiency up. We do have a perk called Sharp Harvest, which is really good, which states that landing 3 light hits in a short time grants special ammo. That's really cool. And for Crucible, of course, we do have the Eager Edge, and for me personally, I'm probably going to switch out Relentless Strikes for Attrition Orbs. We do have Assassin's Blade, which will help with the movement in Crucible, but the wave frame Eager Edge combo didn't really work as much as people wanted to. So as soon as people saw this sword, they were really hyped about it, and then it just died down immediately. But Eager Edge on a sword is cool. It's the first solo sword, Eager Edge. The sword looks amazing. Me personally, this sword is just kind of there. I don't really need a sword, especially with Wolfbane. By the way, guys, if you guys didn't see my Wolfbane video, please check that out. I'm gonna leave it as the pinned video, but Wolfbane is getting a buff, and if you guys know anything about me, if you played with me before in any raid, you guys know how much I appreciate about Wolfbane. Wolfbane is getting a buff, so big W's for us if you guys are a Wolfbane enjoyer. But if you don't want to use Wolfbane, or let's say if you're trying to find, like, let's say you're using Wither Horde for some reason, Attrition Orbs, Burning Ambition, literally the best of both worlds from Wolfbane right here on this sword. Really cool sword, but it's lower in my tier list of weapons that I think you should be getting. For our second to last weapon, we have the Ribbon's Tail, which is a cool trace rifle. Trace rifles were kind of coming up in the meta last expansion, like right before Edge of Fate dropped. Trace rifles are coming up, so you guys might be seeing a trace rifle meta. Trace rifles is one micro tune away from being meta, so I'd say you should get this just cause, but like right now, this doesn't have a spot in the game. So Kids are yelling outside. I put it with mostly a mixture of range and stability because I kind of want it to be both Crucible and PvE, and I do have it with subsistence and killing tally. Now, I'm going to be using this role both for PvE and PvP because killing tally gives you that extra damage, dropping that TTK all the way down. So we're already at a 0.73 TTK. Just it keeps going down further and further. The more kills you get, 10%. Keep in mind, I'm also using weapon stat if I'm using a trace rifle. So I'm already at 2 kills. Mind you, this is already a 0.73 TTK, back down to 0.6. And if I get enough special, it just keeps going down. And this is like at the old resilience values. So we're all at the same resilience values. So this isn't even like accurate right now. But this weapon is really, really good with killing tally. We can also do binary orbit, which is I believe is a 25% damage buff. Yes, it's 25% damage buff when you get a kill with the opposite element type. So this is a darkness weapon, so if I get a kill with a light weapon, this gets a 25% damage buff. It's kind of like Harmony, but a little bit more weird. And we also have Tear, which when I get a precision headshot, the enemies around that person is severed. That's really cool as well. Threat detector is also here. Transcendent moment, which is basically going partner up with binary orbit. If I get a kill with a dark weapon, my light weapon gets buffed. If I get a kill with my light weapon, or dark weapon gets buffed. So if I get a kill with my my light primary, which I'm probably going to be running a light primary because this is yeah. Anyway, if I get a kill with my light primary and I have transcendent moment and binary orbit, I get 25% damage, and then I also get range and aim assist. This is already at max range and aim assist at that point. So really good combination. Me personally though, I will be sticking to my killing tally subsistence role. Can't wait to get that. That's going to be really good. But like I said, be careful. Trace rifles are one buff away from being meta. And for our last weapon, this is like definitely the worst weapon in the rotation. We have flooded root. Yeah, I think Budgie is scared of a rocket meta, but this one is just really bad. So I tried to make it as goated as I could. I have it with hard launch for the extra velocity and minus blast radius, because you know, if you get a direct hit, the blast radius takes away from the direct hit damage and it goes into the blast radius damage. So I'm trying to get that direct hit damage. I have impact casing, which increases damage from direct hits, and then I have cluster bombs because cluster bombs is coming back for some reason, which is kind of funny because I think around like the end of Destiny 1 cycle, cluster bombs came back, which is really cool. But cluster bombs is coming back, so I put cluster bombs in this slot, which can be switched. And then Frenzy for the extra reloading speed and handling and the extra damage. I think this will be okay, kinda. I hope this is okay. I don't have this rocket, and when I did get this rocket, I dismantled it immediately because it was garbage. There was no good perks on this rocket, but I mean, I was also not getting tier 5 loot, so there was no point in me like even getting this rocket in the grenade launcher at the time. But I didn't think it would take this long for it to come back, I'm not gonna lie. If you don't want to go with cluster bombs here, you can also go with air trigger. But if you're going with air trigger, I would definitely recommend take away Frenzy and put on Lasting Impression, because Lasting Impression, air trigger, you don't need the air triggers there for the extra reloading speed. I don't see a point of rocking both of these. Or you could probably run bipod as well, but bipod takes away your damage. You're not going to be doing any damage at that point. This is just a very booty grenade rocket launcher. You got lead from light here, which is okay, but like maybe I'm not seeing it. Ambitious assassin bipod, maybe. I don't know. I'm definitely not seeing it with this rocket launcher. When I do get my hands on this rocket launcher, I might be doing like a hour test trying to figure out like why was this rocket launcher made, because maybe I'm missing it, right? I just don't see it. I don't see it, guys. Let me know in the comment section down below if I'm missing anything with this rocket launcher specifically. Maybe I'm missing it. And if I missed any Godroll combination and any other weapons, let me know in the comment section down below. I love you guys. Peace out.